Hi everyone, I'm Tristan Thomasino and welcome to this week's Weekly Market Pulse. First thing I want to talk about on this week's Weekly Market Pulse is wage growth. Over the last 10 years in Melbourne and Sydney and all over Australia, we haven't really traditionally seen great wage growth. However, prices have steadily continued to go up. In terms of the budget for the next 4 to 5 years, the federal government is budgeting the 2018 to 2019. We should see an annual wage growth of about 3.5%. That will be much the same in 2019 and 2020. However, in 2020 to 21, when the budget expects to be in a surplus, we should see annual wage growth of 3.75%. This is a lot higher than what it's been so far this year, where we've only seen an annual wage growth the first 2 quarters of between 0.4% to 0.6%. In fact, at the start of the first quarter this year, we only saw an annual wage growth of 0.5%, which brings me to my next point. In our core market, over the last 10 years, we have seen amazing growth. And what I wanted to quickly speak about is the amount of properties that have sold above $1 million in our core markets, ranging from Williamstown, which has traditionally had the highest average price in the inner west, all the way down to Maribyrnong. Now, what we saw in 2007 is that there were 86 sales that went above $1 million in 2007. The most interesting thing to note from that, though, is that 58% of those sales were actually sold in Williamstown. If we move forward to 2010, we saw 119 sales above $1 million, and in 2014, we saw 150 sales occur above $1 million. If we move forward to this year so far, we've had 398 sales occur above $1 million in our core markets, but especially the most interesting thing to note from that is that only 24% of those sales above $1 million occurred in Williamstown. So we can see now that a lot of those suburbs, Yarraville, Kingsville, Seddon, Maidstone, are now going more and more above $1 million. A lot more buyers looking that would traditionally consider maybe Newport or Williamstown are looking at those suburbs, maybe better value for money. A lot of those buyers are from the eastern suburbs where they're getting priced out of those markets and obviously coming over the bridge. Now that means, where will prices go in the next 4 to 5 years? Well, certainly if wage growth goes up over the next 3 years, you could probably anticipate that prices will continue to go up. Obviously, we can't crystal gaze what will happen in the future, but my prediction is if the budget gets to a surplus in 2020, we could potentially expect another boom. As always, we look forward to seeing you on next week's Weekly Market Pulse, and have a great week.